In 1980, Terry Fox inspired Canadians by showing that one person can make a difference. His Marathon of Hope captivated the nation as he ran halfway across the country, raising millions of dollars for cancer research. 40 years later, Terry's heroism is still inspiring us to work towards finding a cure. Because of Terry, we now understand the disease better than ever before. Follow in Terry's footsteps and help raise money that will get us closer to realizing his dream of a world without cancer. As we celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Marathon of Hope, let's honor a Canadian hero at the Wilmot Terry Fox Run, because Terry Fox lives here.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 2020 Wilmot Terry Fox Run. I'm Gordijk, co-organizer of the run, along with my husband Nigel. Terry Fox runs all over Canada are a little different this year, and we're sorry that we aren't able to gather in person like we usually do. This year's event is virtual, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But first, I'd like to begin our opening ceremony with a land acknowledgement. We have gathered in Wilmot Township on the traditional territory of the Neutral, Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Mississauga peoples. As we are gathered here to honor Terry Fox and his contributions to the betterment of all who occupy Turtle Island, also known as Canada, I wish to acknowledge the Métis ancestry of the Fox family. I also want to acknowledge the importance of the Dish with One Spoon Covenant, a peace agreement made between Indigenous nations before settlers arrived. It characterizes our collective responsibility to each other and Mother Earth. We should take only what we need, leave enough for others, and keep the dish clean. By acknowledging this covenant in the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, we are reminded of our important connection to this land where we live, learn, and work together as a community. Because of Terry Fox, countless people have survived cancer, and we have many cancer survivors right here in Wilmot. Those who take part in the Terry Fox Run are members of Terry's team, and we're honored to have one of them joining us today to sing O Canada. Here's St. Agatha's Anne Fisher, along with Wellesley singer-songwriter Alistair Bradley.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Hi, I'm Tim Lewis, your Member of Parliament for Kitchener-Conestoga. This year, more than ever, Canadians are looking for what unites us and how we can help to make a difference. This year marks the 40th anniversary of the Terry Fox Marathon of Hope. If you donated funds to the fight against cancer in the last 40 years, you made a difference. If you donated your time and volunteered, you made a difference. If you ran or walked alone or with a team, that step in the right direction made a difference. So let's keep going, raising awareness and funds, because we're not going to stop until we find a cure. Whether you're running for yourself or someone you know who's been affected, or just because you want to do your part, thank you. Participating this year is more important than ever to keep Terry Fox's dream going, show that together we are stronger, even when we're apart. So thank you, and congratulations to everyone involved in this year's Terry Fox Marathon of Hope. One step at a time, and we'll get there.
Hey everyone, MPP Mike Harris here. This year marks the 40th anniversary of Terry Fox's Marathon of Hope. Big congratulations to Nigel and the team for continuing this amazing tradition. Looking forward to seeing everybody in 2021 for the 41st.
Hi, I'm Karen Redman, Chair of Waterloo Region, and I'm pleased to address you as part of the support for the Terry Fox Marathon of Hope run in Wilmot Township. Terry Fox once said, "Even though I'm not running anymore, people should go ahead and try to do their own thing." That quote has never been more relevant than this year as we all face challenges and changes we've never experienced before. I'm going to do the Terry Fox run in my neighborhood with my family. I hope you'll be inspired on September the 20th to join the 40th Wilmot Township Marathon of Hope in spirit, not in person, by going ahead and doing your own thing to help find a cure for cancer.
Hi everyone, I'm Bruce Lauckner. On behalf of everyone from the region of Waterloo, I want to wish you a great run today. Most of us have been affected in some way or another by cancer. In my case, my mom passed away at way too young an age. But on this 40th anniversary of Terry's Marathon of Hope, I have more hope now than ever. Thanks to the funds raised by people like you, more and better research is being done in cancer, and people are getting way better treatment than ever before. Thanks again for all you do, and have a great run.
Hello, Wilmot. On behalf of the Water Regional Police Service, thank you for continuing to support the Terry Fox Run. Although the event looks a little different this year, it's important that we continue to celebrate Terry Fox's legacy and support cancer research. This year, the run will be held virtually, but the message will remain the same. We can do whatever we set our minds to. This is part of the message Terry Fox sent to all of us when he set out on his journey 40 years ago. So let's continue to make Terry proud as we take part in his Marathon of Hope on September 20th. We may not be able to gather physically, but we will gather in spirit. Once again, on behalf of the Water Regional Police Service, thank you for joining together to keep Terry's dream a reality.
Hi there, Fred Fox here, Terry's older brother. I'm up here at Simon Fraser University, Simon Fraser in the Vancouver area. Terry was attending Simon Fraser, playing basketball here when he was first diagnosed at 18 years old in 1977. Just want to say hi to everybody in Wilmot and the Wilmot area, and thank you for your many years now of supporting the Terry Fox Run and cancer research. So you've had an incredible contribution to cancer research where that is in Canada, and we can't say thank you enough. This year, September 20th, we're going virtual, as you probably already know, so we're asking you to do your run on the one day your way, within your own little bubble, not gathering where we normally gather for our Terry Fox runs at the big park or the community center. You know, go start from your home and go through your neighborhood. You walk, run, whatever you want to do with your intimate bubble, maybe the local park or your favorite place. So I want to thank you again for registering for the Terry Fox Run, creating your own fundraising page, support cancer research. That's why Terry was running across Canada. He wanted to make a difference for cancer patients, and Wilmot has truly done that over the years, and we can't thank you enough. So good luck on September 20th with your virtual Terry Fox Run. On behalf of our family and the Terry Fox Foundation, thank you so much for what you're doing for cancer research.
Hello. Hi, my name's Jill Hennessy, and I can honestly say Terry Fox is the first hero that I ever had. I remember being a young girl in Southern Ontario and hearing about this young man in the news who decided to run across Canada, running perhaps a marathon or more a day, and doing it on one leg in order to raise money for cancer research. And I'm so grateful that I had that kind of a role model and hero in my life. And I can honestly say that millions of other Canadians have the same experience that I did. Because I remember all the kids in my school, you know, watching the news every night, trying to figure out where's Terry now? What city? What town? And you would see him, and he would always go and engage with people in every community that he stopped in. incredible acts of generosity and humility. He was always so humble too. And this guy was a superhero, a humble superhero, which was so lovely to see. So I salute everybody who's doing the run on September 20th, and thank you to everybody at the Wilmot Terry Fox Foundation. And I wish you all the best, and take care. Have a great run.
As we all know, this year is challenging us to do things differently, to try things we've never done before. After Terry was forced to stop, he said, "Even though I'm not running anymore, people should go ahead and try to do their own thing." Today's virtual Wilmot Terry Fox Run is one day your way. We're inviting you to choose a safe route or location to walk, run, bike, hike, skate or wheel. If you haven't done so already, and even if you're watching this after the official run day, you can still register and start fundraising at wilmotterryfox.ca. One of the highlights for us this year was the unveiling of a commemorative plaque in Petersburg Park on July 20th, exactly 40 years after Terry ran through Wilmot during the Marathon of Hope. It was also an opportunity to celebrate one of our local cancer survivors, Terry's team member, Nancy Broderick.
It's been 40 years since Terry Fox embarked on a cross-country trek to raise money for cancer research. And on this day, he ran through Wilmot Township. Now the community is coming together to commemorate Fox with a special memorial. CTV's Heather Centerin is at Petersburg Park in Petersburg. Heather, a ceremony just wrapping up there.
Rosie, the ceremony was the unveiling of a special plaque to honor Terry Fox's memory and his legacy, a legacy that still touches many decades later. Nancy Broderick reflects back on how difficult 1995 was for her. That was the year she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
Are you going to make it through? Are you going to survive?
But she did survive after chemotherapy and surgery. But 2009 turned into another bad year.
Unfortunately, I survived and he did not.
Her husband died from colon cancer.
And he was the nurse then, and I became the nurse for him.
During challenging times in her life, she drew inspiration from Terry Fox, who 40 years ago trekked across the country to raise money for cancer research.
That must have been so hard to do, but yet he kept going.
This plaque, a memorial unveiled today to honor Terry Fox.
The plaque is being donated by a local company, Riverside Brass, and the rock on which it's being installed was donated by Tri-City Materials.
It was on this day in 1980 Fox made his way through Wilmot Township, not far from where the plaque is now.
It's a very close road. It's a couple of 100 yards maybe.
Nigel Gordijk helped make this plaque possible, lobbying the township. He says Fox continues to inspire so many.
I think it was his values, his humility, his selflessness, the sheer hard work that he put into the cause.
Gordijk is also the organizer of the Wilmot Terry Fox Run. The run will look a little different this year due to the COVID crisis. Groups are not allowed, but the fundraiser will go on.
They can just do the run, walk, wheel or bike wherever they are, whether it's around their neighborhood, around a local park.
Organizers say whatever it takes to raise money for cancer research and hopefully one day a cure. In the words of Terry Fox, dreams are made possible if you try.
Paul Mackie here. Here we are at the 40th anniversary of the Terry Fox Run, and sadly, I'm not exactly sure where the 40 years have gone, but I do know that there is a chance that without the research conducted and funded by the Terry Fox Foundation, among other research projects, I may not have been here to participate this year or in years past. While I participated in the first Terry Fox Run during my last year at Conestoga College in 1981, back when I was much fitter and thinner and lighter than I am today, and have participated in 25 more since that time, I can honestly say that my participation in those early years had less to do with funding cancer research than with simply participating in a fun event with family and friends that happened to raise money for a cause that hadn't really impacted my life to any great degree. Then, with a family of 2 young children and a busy work life, came the impact of cancer in the late 2004. With the initial lump discovery, followed by a whirlwind of events, a biopsy of the lump, the diagnosis of melanoma, the resulting surgery to remove 14 lymph nodes under my arm, intense chemotherapy daily for 4 weeks, followed by radiation for 4 weeks, and then the remaining full year of continuous, less intense, self-administered chemo injections. Those were 18 months that I would like to forget. But I won't forget them, nor will I take my health for granted, nor will I stop participating in as many cancer-related fundraising events as I can, because I know firsthand that without the ongoing research, the ongoing trials, the ongoing efforts of doctors, nurses, staff, and scientists, and the events to fund these projects, there will be friends, family, and others, too many to imagine, that will be impacted by cancer, as I was, but will survive, as I have, due to all these efforts. This is why Terry Fox ran his marathon for 143 days, and why we need to continue these efforts on his behalf, to ensure that deaths from cancer are reduced and the survival rates continue to increase in our children, our families, and with our friends, colleagues, and complete strangers. That's what Terry Fox dreamed of, and that's what we can achieve with our continued dedication to Terry's legacy. Enjoy today, remember your loved ones that have been impacted by cancer, and spread the word that Terry and his dream continues, and that our efforts today may in some small part be the funds that save a loved one's life in the future. Stay safe. For Terry, thank you.
I'm 61 years of age and previously of relatively good health until last November. Last November, in the course of just an annual physical checkup with my doctor, she ordered some tests to investigate some other issues I might have had in my midsection, and lo and behold, a big dark mass appeared on an ultrasound on my kidney, my right kidney. And I was told at the end of November that I had kidney cancer. No history, no family history, no warning, no symptoms, not good news. I went through a series of tests over the next 2 or 3 months, and it was indeed confirmed in January of this year that I had a fairly large tumor on my right kidney, and that the only real course of treatment would be to have the kidney removed. Trying times, exacerbated by COVID-19, because my surgery date went from March 23rd to April 29th to don't call us, we'll call you, maybe sometime in the fall, until 8 days before the 7th of April, I got the call saying, we'll see you on the 7th of April. I had the surgery on April the 7th, and my right kidney was completely removed. The recovery from the surgery was a bit longer than I thought it would be, more painful than I thought it would be, but way more successful than I ever dreamed it would be. In a follow-up, after follow-up tests were done after my surgery, I had a consultation with my urologist, the doctor who performed the surgery, who told me that the cancer was completely encapsulated on my right kidney. Still not sure what that word means, but they got it all. And I was incredibly relieved and overjoyed beyond words. And so, having learned a lot about the Terry Fox Fund, its modus operandi, its amazing efficiency, its being powered by so many volunteers, and the fact that it's so dedicated to research, that's where I have to be. And that's where I'm going to be this Sunday. I am going to do the walk. Part of my recovery from my surgery was walking a loop in New Hamburg that gave me a lot of help and helped me heal. And I'm going to walk that loop again on Sunday in the Terry Fox Run. And it's an absolute honor and privilege to be a part of this organization. I'm tickled pink that they would ask me to share my story. There are so many other stories that are out there of survivors and families of survivors and people who didn't survive. I've lost members of my family to cancer, my grandmother-in-law, my mother-in-law, my mom, but not me. So I'm really proud to be a part of this run this year. And I encourage you in whatever way you can to support the Terry Fox Run. It's a great way to raise funds for cancer research so that there are more people like me. I'm a person of faith. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a cousin. I'm a friend, and I'm a best friend. I'm always going to be a Chippewa Raider, a Western Mustang, and a member of the Optimist Club of New Hamburg. And on top of that, I'm a cancer survivor. Thank you.
The Wilmot Terry Fox Run is truly a community event, and it simply wouldn't happen without the contribution of so many people. Thank you to the Township of Wilmot, whose council members and staff have supported the cause over the years. The Township has also provided us with a municipal grant that helps to cover our expenses. All Terry Fox runs are led by volunteers, and we don't receive an operating budget, so financial contributions like this open up so many possibilities for our fundraising events. Local businesses are a vital component of our activities. We usually have numerous fundraisers that are hosted by Wilmot's businesses. This year, of course, has been challenging, and we didn't want to burden them as they work towards helping the local economy to recover. Nevertheless, so many local business owners have displayed incredible community spirit and made generous financial donations to the Terry Fox Foundation. That support has added more than $11,000 to this year's total. Our volunteers are the backbone of all of our events. It is humbling to see how many people step forward whenever we ask for help. They give so much of their time and sweat to ensure that we raise as much money as possible for cancer research in Terry's name. Thanks to the businesses who donated refreshments for our volunteers while they were working so hard, and to New Hamburg Office Pro for selling this year's official run t-shirt on our behalf. And of course, thank you, whether you take part in the run and collect pledges or donate money to the cause. All of you have made a contribution to realising Terry's dream of a world without cancer.
Nigel and I have had the honour of organising the local event since 2013, back when it was known as the New Hamburg Terry Fox Run. We changed the name to the Wilmot Terry Fox Run in 2015. The first run held in Wilmot was back in 1996, and as we're celebrating 40 years since the Marathon of Hope, we thought we'd catch up with some of the previous organisers.
I think the thing that inspires me the most when I think of Terry Fox and the Marathon of Hope is Terry's selflessness. I mean, he was cancer-free when he started his run. He wasn't doing it for himself. He wasn't doing it for the fame or the glory or anything like that. He was simply trying to raise money for cancer research to help other people. So, I mean, aside from the physical demands of running a marathon every day, I think what inspires me, again, is his selflessness, that he just put himself last and did everything he could to help others.
What can I say about Terry Fox that hasn't been said already? He is a real live Canadian superhero. He is an inspiration, and he is a reminder of the strength and power of the human spirit. If you look back on his journey at any point, in any way, shape, or form, book, retelling of his story through someone that you know or a movie, there is an overwhelming sense of pride, of connectedness, also wrapped up in some heartbreak. I remember when his run took him through New Hamburg, the highway actually ran through our backyard, and our family just cheered him on. And the campaign was that we were all encouraged to give $1 to the campaign, and of course we did. And I think, wow, even at the age of 8 or 9, I was making a difference. And it wasn't just about Terry Fox, it was about all of us. And that was just it. Like, he brought us all together as a country with every hop step he took. And I know that the name Terry Fox is very synonymous with cancer research and fundraising. But I believe that his legacy is more wrapped up in bringing people together to make a difference, to cheer each other on. Cancer knows no bounds. And that's something my family knows all too well. But as a community, we are not willing to back down. We will continue on Terry Fox's journey because we do make a difference.
Donna Ball was a friend of Terry's and a long-time supporter of his dream and his legacy. Donna and Terry were pen pals for several years. A new book called Forever Terry, A Legacy in Letters was published on September 1st, and it includes a letter that Donna wrote this year on the 40th anniversary of the Marathon of Hope. We're honoured that she recorded this video for us of her reading that letter.
Dear Terry, my name is Donna Ball. You wrote me 2 letters around 40 years ago. After telling you a bit more about the past few decades, I will be able to explain why it took so long to write back. So much has happened since we talked in St. John's in April 1980. You know that your goal of raising $24 million for cancer research was realized, but now almost $800 million has been raised. That's about $1 for every North and South American, not only $1 for every Canadian. That money has gone to good use, funding our brightest researchers across the country to answer the tough questions about the causes, diagnoses, and treatments of cancer. The newest research focuses on individualized treatments based on patients' unique genetic makeups. We have not let your dream die. Lives are saved because of you, and millions are thankful to you. 2 generations have been born since we last saw each other. Your story is history for them. How honored the rest of us feel to have experienced the Marathon of Hope. There are statues, schools, stamps, coins, plaques, and tributes to you everywhere. You are Canada's greatest hero. You united our country and continue to remind us of how great Canada is, the strength of all its peoples. I call you an inclusive visionary. You have inspired, encouraged, and given strength to so many. Cancer patients, medical researchers, musicians, athletes, both able-bodied and para-athletes, and people of all ages. Your family has devoted 40 years to your dream. Your mother worked tirelessly and became one of Canada's most admired mothers. People saw your spirit in her. Your dad was so funny. Your siblings are pretty awesome too, as well as your nieces and nephews. I've really enjoyed getting to know your family. I never threw away your letters because I felt there would come a day when I'd want to share your powerful words. Knowing how much you cared about children, I read them aloud in schools and children's groups. I hope future generations learn from your pure selflessness. I hope they learn that not everyone is going to be a famous Canadian hero, but that we can all make a difference in other people's lives. And I hope they learn that whenever they are experiencing challenging or tough times, they can find a way forward, one step at a time. Very few days have passed in my life when I haven't thought of you. I remain deeply grateful for our friendship. I have nothing but admiration and respect for you. You lived your life for others. Donna.
One of the things we've missed this year was being out in the community, fundraising and sharing inspiring stories about Terry's accomplishments. We've adapted some of our annual fundraisers and turned them into events that are online instead of in person, such as our summer concert for Terry. That was streamed on Facebook Live, and we raised nearly as much money as we did with the live concert at St. George's Anglican Church last year. Here's one of the performances from the wonderful Laura May Lindo, MPP for Kitchener Centre, with an uplifting a cappella version of Bob Marley's 3 Little Birds.
Don't worry about a thing, no, because every little thing, it's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, no, because every little thing, gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, yeah, beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs, yeah. Oh, melodies pure and true. They're singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry now about a thing, yeah, because every little thing, It's gonna be alright. We're singing, don't worry about a thing. No, because every little thing is gonna be alright.
We're just about ready to get going, but first we need to get warmed up. So it's over to you, Christy, and the gang at Personally Fit.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming out to support Terry Fox today. My name is Christy from Personally Fit. In normal years, we're here to work out in person, but today we're so happy to do that online. So let's get moving. We're going to bring it to a jog. Thanks to these awesome ladies for coming to join me on Sunday. Good, we're going to jog it out. 5 more. 4, get those legs warmed up. 3, 2, 1. You're going to kick your butt up. You can bring them up like this. Warming up those glutes, those hamstrings. Get the arms moving. This is one option, this is the next. Gotta keep it going here. We're gonna do a couple minutes together before you get on your way. Some of you are running outside today. Some are heading to the gym for a treadmill workout. Whatever you're doing, we appreciate it. Good, you've got 5 more. 4. Good, keep going up. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna kick it up. Legs up. Loosen up those hip flexors. Getting everything ready for our Terry Fox workouts and runs today. Get nice and high. Using the lower body. Warming up the core. Good job. Keep it up. Good job. We got 5. Nice and high. 4. And 3, 2, 1. We're gonna jog just for a few seconds here. We're gonna take it to some squats next. Good work. All right, we're gonna take it wide. Holding that tummy down and up. Great job. Good. Back nice and far. Weight cutting through your heels. Just a little bit more to go here. Good. Bring it down. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jogging it out. How are you feeling? Good. More. Get ready. Great job. Woo! We love that. Get ready for a run. Awesome. Good job. Jogging just for a few more seconds here. We're going to do a lot more of that today. Good. For 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Roll those shoulders back. Loosen it up. Good. Nice deep breathing. Good. A few more here. And bring it forward for me. Awesome. Thank you so much for everybody warming up today. Get out there. Have a great workout. Have a great run. And thanks again for Terry.
Okay, Wilmot, this is it. Time to get moving with the 2020 Wilmot Terry Fox Run. Here we go. Try like Terry!
What a